A few months ago, my mom asked me if I was proud of myself. Other people have asked me that before, doctors, teachers, the end of a good session or a good day. And your answer is yes. You're always proud of yourself if you've done something impressive. But I guess that night was different. I surprised myself when my immediate reaction was no. I can't tell you how many times I've been told not to be ashamed of my illness. Anybody with an internet connection can see that on every website there is for us. Most days I'm not. I'm not ashamed of having an anxiety disorder. I guess if we're pointing fingers, I'm just ashamed of what it does to me. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a girl, not a woman, a girl, checking her phone 5, 10, 20 times one night. No texts, no calls, nothing. It is hard not to have any friends. It's harder when you had friends, but they couldn't deal with the constant anxiety or the missing school or any of that makes you different. So one day they just stopped calling. Can you blame them? I can't. Are you proud of her? Imagine a girl lying in her bed asleep. Now imagine that it is 2 p.m. I've heard some people say that it's hard for them to sleep during the day. It's not so hard when you haven't slept in 3 nights. Especially since in those 3 nights, the little sleep you've gotten has been interrupted with panic. Can you imagine having a daughter or a granddaughter that lazy? Are you proud of her? Imagine a girl, she weighs 95 pounds. Now imagine that you saw her order just a water at dinner last night. You're probably thinking, I cannot imagine not wanting to eat. I love food. I do too. But it's really easy to stop being hungry when you can't breathe. But isn't she hungry? She must be anorexic. Can you blame them for thinking that? Are you proud of her? Imagine a girl in a movie theater. She's checked her phone at least a dozen times to see what time it is. You might think it must be really awful that you're so busy that you can't stop and enjoy a movie. It's the worst when you really want to stop and enjoy a movie, but it's so dark and so loud that your heart is beating out of your chest and you feel a little bit sick. Are you proud of her? Imagine a girl in a restaurant again. This time, imagine that she's in a large group of people, but she's not speaking. Come back to earth. Join in the conversation. I'm really sorry. It's just that if I stare right there at that scratch of paint in the wall, the room stops spinning. It seems like she's really not interested. You'd think she could at least try to care about other people. Can you blame them for thinking that? I can't. Are you proud of her? I only ask because this girl is me. My name is Paige and I'm 17 years old. This is just a very small snippet of what I consider to be my story. You might be thinking at this time that you are proud of this girl. Why isn't she? Just please understand, it's really hard to remember why I should be proud when I can't even remember what it was like to live without anxiety. I had my first panic attack at the ripe age of 5. It's hard to remember to be proud of yourself for fighting a battle when it stops feeling like a battle and just starts feeling like life. It's really hard to remember why I should be proud when I'm in my room by myself, panicking, and I hear my family downstairs having a normal night. I'm convinced you don't know what it feels like to be alone until you've been in that situation. It's really hard to remember why I should be proud of my accomplishments or my grades when the bottom of your report card also has your attendance record on it. And I've missed 57 days of school this year, and last year, and every year since the 7th grade. It's even harder when the voice in your head is telling you that your grades aren't impressive because you had extenuating circumstances and you weren't expected to work as hard as everyone else. It's really hard to remember why I should be proud of myself when all I think and all I hear is the word selfish. When I think of all the sacrifices and favors other people have made for me. All the people I've inconvenienced and the favors that have been made and how those sacrifices have not made me better, and they can't. But tonight I am so proud. I am proud of my family for loving me despite all of my flaws and supporting me through everything. And trust me, it has not been easy for them. I'm proud to be one of the millions upon millions of survivors of depression, of generalized anxiety, of panic disorder and of agoraphobia. I am so proud to be up here telling my story along with all of these amazing people in hopes that someone else out there might be listening and might find some comfort in knowing that someone else understands. I am proud that I did not succumb to the temptation of suicide that so many of us have faced. More than anything, I'm proud that I can stand up here and say to my 5-year-old self having my first panic attack, and to my 12-year-old self with a bottle of pills and a very dangerous plan, and even to 1 year ago me, 1 month ago me, 1 week ago me, struggling through every day, that we made it through. And even if I have to fight the same battle tomorrow, today was important. Today was enough. Because this is not just my story. This is my brave. And I, for one, am quite proud of it.